Bruh, Martin Luther King had a gay best friend? Hello, in the video actually, I really didn't like it because fresh off the wake up, I was a little groggy. My voice sounded real horrible, I'm not gonna lie. So throughout the video, the audio changes, interchanges, throughout the cuts and me reading the script, I really sounded like a robot. Like I sounded like, and then after that, and I sounded bad. So when you're watching the video and you hear all of that extra, me sounding really unenthusiastic, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I don't like it either, gang. But it's just the beginning, nothing up from here. I actually have a new camera angle compared to the one in the video, and I've been working on a little couple of things, so hopefully you like it, and I really hope you do. So catch you in the next hot take.
What is a Ubre?
Hello, it's Ubre. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes, where we discuss and review movies, games, shows, everything. It's like Hot Topic. We got all the topics. We got anything you want to review. Whatever you need, we got it. So today we are going to be reviewing a movie called Rustin. And almost all the background information that I discussed in the video is provided by my lovely Aunt Sherry. Thank you, Aunt Sherry.
Byron Rustin was an absolute legend of his time, was the African-American responsible for organizing the monumental march on D.C., where another legend, Martin Luther King himself, performed his I Have a Dream speech, which opened the world's eyes to the oppression going on in America. Rustin was an active leader in social movements for civil rights, socialism, nonviolence, and gay rights.
Which, in all honesty, in the 40s, being gay was illegal, so that was kind of crazy. I think what really drew me into this movie was, how would a black gay man in the 40s, which was illegal, pioneer his way through oppression and adversity and organize one of the most life-changing marches in black history and civil rights history? That was the huge question for me, which had me watch it, so I gotta tell you about it.
Living by how society wants us to live and not how we want to live. Isn't that just oppressing ourselves? A quote that really sums up the movie. Rustin was a brilliant, intelligent, forward thinker that was rejected by society for the color of his skin and who he liked, despite being one of the smartest men in his time. But he had a goal. With the odds stacked against him, he worked hard and thought harder. He wanted society to accept him, so he did. Despite the roadblocks in the movie, given the chance, Rustin organized a peaceful march of over 200,000 people on the White House, with over 1,000 black unarmed officers, more than 200 buses, over 200 trains, and more just for the transportation that day.
If that's not next level, I don't know what is. Bayard Rustin took a stand against adversity despite being a black gay man in the 40s, which, mind you, was illegal. I gotta keep reminding y'all because it was illegal back then. So, like, he could really go to jail despite, and regardless, if he could do that in the 40s, despite his adversity, I know that we could do that to this day with social media and all y'all brilliant minds and individuals out there. We can really make a difference. But we all actively have to want to do a difference. And most people don't want to actively do anything. But nobody want to hear all of that. Nobody want to actively step up and play their role and do their part. Everybody want to preach it, but they don't want to do it. But nobody want to hear that. Yo, Chris Rock was in this movie and bro was really kind of hating for real. Like, at first he wasn't trying to give like Martin Luther and Bayard their chance to do the march and all of that. Like, he was really against it. He had he was like one of the top heads of like
The NAACP, you
major black
idiot.
organization. I'm sorry, I'm a little uncultured.
Can you even talk right?
But he was one of the major heads and he was hating. He came around like a little bit in like later half, but I'm like, bro, what you hating for? Like, power to the people, what you bugging? He was bugging out. And he came around though, I can't lie. Martin Luther King was Bayard's best friend in the movie. And he really stood on business for his best friend. I ain't even gonna lie. Every time, like, cause Bayard was really like smart. He's a really intelligent individual despite everything. And Martin Luther recognized that. And he, it almost came out that Bayard, right before the march, Bayard,
he was being freaky.
And he was just like, I'm going to be like, I don't know anybody better to be the leader of this march other than my brother Bayard. And like, he stood on business for his brother on national television, right for him, like, despite the odds that was stacked against him and all of that. And that shows to show you how, like, a real Martin Luther was. That really hit home for me, because I have some real homies. That was a real boy. That was a
Real stand-up guy moment.
He was really standing on his business right there. That was when he was really doing his thing. And I was like, man, if Martin Luther could stand on his business for his friend, anybody can stand on business for theirs. Because at the end of the day, we all people. We're just ordinary people. A little background information. The Obama Association, they got Obama Studios now. My aunt told me they have a Obama Studios, and they'll be making a lot more black projects, just to let us and inform us on our black history and black culture of what's going on. I think if you're more into your history and interested, you'll absolutely like it. So I think you should definitely check out the movie if you're interested in that. But other than that, this is just Ubre on Hot Takes. And I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'm gonna catch y'all never. Sayonara.